You know we gotta celebrate the biggest party of the summer by watching the Watchalong here on Dirt Sheet Radio live. CJ Carter here with my good buddies Tyler, the pro wrestling hipster, Ruben Rubens representing Canada. Shout out. So, what do we think of the show as a whole so far?
So far, so good. Honestly, not a lot of massive surprises or upsets, but there's nothing wrong with that. You know, sometimes the outcome is, a little predictable. There's nothing wrong with it.
Whoa! Okay, hang on. As far as surprises go, the Rock and Roll Express is at SummerSlam. Oh, wait, no, never mind.
No, R-Truth just thinks that A-Town Down Under us. Sorry, I popped. I was so excited. I'm like, there's no way they got them, but they did. That is awesome theory. That is great. That is fantastic. R-Truth, you know what? This watch-along party for the Miz, R-Truth, A-Town Down Under segment, brilliant. Okay, we're seeing some stuff right now.
Mm-hmm. For anybody that's not watching SummerSlam and just wants to hang out with us, R-Truth and The Miz came out to announce the SummerSlam attendance, and I guess they set a North American attendance record, they said
American SummerSlam record of 57,791-ish.
So
Also, Jelly Roll just did a choke slam.
Who brought this to a moonsault Jelly Roll side? Although, God, Jelly Roll's a tall dude, too.
We're going to see a 5-knuckle shuffle from Jelly Roll.
15-knuckle shuffle?
15-knuckle shuffle.
Yep.
Gotta love that.
Yeah, Ricky and Robert are awesome. Big fan of the Rock and Roll Express, but
they
SummerSlam 2024, awesome truth, working with Jelly Roll. What a weird.
This is one of those visuals that, like, if you just showed that to someone who didn't know anything about wrestling at all, it'd be very perplexing to them.
Yeah.
Especially if they were, like, a real-world fan and didn't know that, like, The Miz had moved on to doing professional wrestling, or just shocked to see Michael Mizan in there in the ring.
I gotta think we're well past that, my man. Dude's been a WWE legend.
Hey, now, it's worth mentioning, and I've said this before live on air, but you know, a couple of my kids didn't know The Rock was a wrestler. They just knew he was an actor.
That's how it goes. The passage
so, like,
of time
I mean, there are people that, you know, they recognize him from where they recognize him from.
Well, and I mean, we were talking earlier today, Tyler, like your kids also didn't know that Netflix used to mail DVDs.
Yeah.
I'm not going to judge the parents. It'd be very easy for me to do so, brother.
Hey, now, I've only been involved for a few years. You know, they've only been legally under my purview for even less time than that after we got married.
Gotta catch you up, brother.
Hey, I got the, she's asleep now because it's kind of late. It's past her bedtime, but I do have the 7-year-old does watch wrestling with me from time to time now, and she enjoys it.
Your favorite?
Io Sky. Yep.
Oh, I don't blame her.
Yep.
Io Sky, man, phenomenal worker.
The first show she ever watched was last year's Money in the Bank, because it was, you know, an afternoon show, so it was an easy one to have her here for. And yeah, she just absolutely thought she was the coolest looking, you know, woman she'd ever seen. And hell, she, you know, won Money in the Bank that night. So that helps really endear someone. Yeah. Like, one, you looked cool, and then you won this wild match. And yeah, it was it's stuck with her for sure. She's been a fan of Sky since then.
See, I got lucky because my first show, you know, if I had gone with with who wins the match, it might have been fake Undertaker, but thankfully the real Undertaker won. So got to be a fan of him.
The Underfaker.
The Underfaker. I always say the first time I recall watching pro wrestling. It was one of the Saturday. Keep in mind, I'm 39. Okay, so I was probably like, oh gosh, I don't remember exactly how old I was, because I remember who champions were, so I could figure it out that way. But it was early morning, Saturday show, and I turn on the TV and I see this dude wearing pink tights, and he's talking about wanting a belt, and the importance. He's getting a shot at that belt. I'm like, okay, I'll stick around through the commercial break. Bret Hart's charisma is what kept me through a commercial break originally. So let's start there.
Yeah.
It comes back, and they're showing this other guy, and he's a lot flashier, and he's got earrings, and he's wearing mirrors all over his vest. And he had a belt, around his waist, but all the people were booing him. And I'm like, why are you people booing this guy? Clearly, he's got a belt. He's good at this. He looks cool as hell. That guy was Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
And
so this would have had to have been 92, because that's right after Michaels would have turned on Jannetty, right?
Yeah. So I would have been 7, 8, kind of depending on the month. But yeah, and that was the first time I watched wrestling. My mother hated it, so I had to kind of keep it hidden from there. And the rest is kind of history on that. But so I always say it was Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels were the two reasons that I initially started watching WWF when I was a kid. And then, I found out, like, my lifelong buddy Dave in West Virginia, he'd been a fan since he was a little kid. And he basically, like, sat me down and shoved me through a bunch of VHS tapes when we were probably about 11 or so. And boom. So that's what I say. My first live event was with Dave. It was a Raw in 97. The headline main event was Sid and The Undertaker in a WrestleMania 13 rematch.
Yeah, I mean, of all the matches you want to see twice, that would be one. But yeah, like, I started watching wrestling. It's my earliest memories of watching wrestling on video. The thing is, I never saw a live as it's going on event until SummerSlam 94. But I had been watching the VHSs from when I was like 4 or 5 years old. So that would have been like 90, 91. And so I went back and I saw like all of the, Survivor Series 1987 and most of like the early WrestleMania big time matches. And I just fell in love. And of course, when you are a Canadian guy and Bret Hart is wrestling for the championship and he's amazing, it's really hard not to just fall in love with professional wrestling. So I started off watching like Macho Man, Hulk Hogan, guys like that in the late 80s, early 90s. But then when I started watching live, it was 94, so right in the middle of Bret and Owen, which to this day is still my second favorite rivalry of all time. It was recently surpassed by Okada Omega. But like, it was, the Hearts going crazy, everything with The Undertaker and Ted DiBiase feuding. I loved that stuff. There was a lot to enjoy at that time as a young kid. I know a lot of people didn't like WWF in mid-90s, but
I think a lot of it was where you grew up. It's wild to me, though, that I, as a young kid, was such an ardent WWF fan because I grew up in Charleston, West Virginia. That is, without question, WCW territory. It always was. It really, to this day, still is to a large degree.
We're fighting, Matt. I just want to quickly shout it out there. To have the first match being a Rock and Sock Connection match is pretty good. And Brian Lee. Crush, right? Brian Lee was Crush?
Yeah.
Of course it's a kayfabe number, Mac. We don't care. But was I right? Was it 57,791? Also, Roddy Piper.
Probably not.
Amazing worker. Big fan. I'm still to this day devastated I never got to meet him because the year I could have was the year he passed away.
It's just kind of, again, I talk about my buddy Dave in West Virginia a lot, but he when he met Piper, the picture of him and Piper is how he figured out how tall he would have been next to Andre the Giant. Because he's like, here I am next to Piper. Here's Piper next to Andre. Then eventually, when he and I went to WrestleMania 30, they have the Andre statue, so we were able to realistically see how we would have stacked up to the eighth wonder of the world.
So, just for the just since we're talking about people we had the chance to meet before they passed away. Randy, Ruben, were you at the convention, the first convention that Danny Duggan did? That would have been like 2017 or 2018, I think.
I did work a couple of them where I was behind the scenes helping. Like, I was responsible for D'Lo Brown one year, and I'm trying to think who was at the first one.
Well, the first one they had Ricky Steamboat, they had Howard Finkel, they had Lanny Poffo, and they had the one person that if I met nobody else at this convention, I was so glad that I got to meet Bobby the Brain Heenan, because that was, I think, about 6 months before he died.
Oh,
yep.
Man.
I remember his flight got delayed, so he didn't make it until the convention was well underway. Tully and Arn were there, and they were scheduled to be there. So I did end up getting a photo with Arn and Tully, and then I got one with them and Bobby Heenan. So that was pretty great. And yeah.
Sorry, for those that are just watching, or that are not watching with us, but are like following along, we just got to see Cody Rhodes and Pharaoh walk from the Wheatley American Vodka bus. But let's just throw it out there: the solo Sikoa entrance, big fan. This kid's got some future ahead of him. Obviously, he's headlining with Cody Rhodes.
Cody, remember the last time you brought Pharaoh out for your entrance? Remember the pyro?
The last time he did it was pyro?
Well, I thought it was when he was in AEW, and
yeah, I don't think he's come out with him since then. The pyro freaked him the hell out, understandably so.
Oh, I thought he was leaving him there, because I think you guys are.
Why is there a cop on a motorcycle?
Yeah, you guys are definitely ahead of me. He just passed a forklift walking Pharaoh. Oh, and I don't know that we didn't say it off the top, but for the benefit of those that are just watching the main event, haven't watched SummerSlam, this is a spoiler-free main event watch-along as much as we can help, so we won't be discussing the rest of the SummerSlam card up until now. Oh, there he is!
Oh!
There he is!
Give him a gun!
Give him a gun! Yeah, that's why I shut up. I didn't want to spoil it because I'm ahead of you guys. As soon as I saw Arn, I'm like, oh. Arn Anderson, the Enforcer, showing up at WWE SummerSlam 2024.
Cats are now here. Present as well. It's a zoo.
A lot of people on this row just watching Cody Rhodes walk by.
Right? It's this is like a much more wholesome version of when the camera followed Vince McMahon as DX had all of those awful things planned for him in a row.
Paul London, please be smiling somewhere.
I was trying to listen to what Arn was telling Cody, and he made saying that he made some calls and Cody still got some friends.
Yep.
Is it the Rock and Roll Express?
We're gonna make good on it after all.
All right. Pharaoh is not going to Gorilla.
No. They did learn their lesson. The Hawkman helmet.
Hawkman. Our old dean of technology was an artist on that book.
Oh, really?
Yes, he was. Shout out Kurt Schultz. that the WrestleMania helmet? Because we didn't see it from the front tonight when he was putting it on, but I'm pretty sure he came out with some kind of skull helmet for WrestleMania.
Yeah, you'll see the front. It makes me so happy that Cody's at the top of the business.
My audio on this stream is out of sync, so I'm turning it off, turning it back on. Hopefully that fixes it.
Do we look like an old art house kung fu movie to you right now?
No, the SummerSlam stream.
Oh, the SummerSlam stream. Okay, I thought you meant nothing.
No, I was watching Cody's pyro go off, and then I heard it about a second later.
I was gonna say, Mac makes a reference in the chat to Marufuji once, and right away we go to the delayed audio. I love the lower thirds. Ooh, Marufuji and Gunther. Oh, I would love to see that too. Oh, and he would fit in. You start typing that right now. Get it booked. Put it out into the ether. Start wishing for it now.
Well, and hey, I mean, the way they've been sending WWE guys to Japan lately, I wouldn't be surprised if Triple H made it happen.
Yeah.
Love this. I love this. So good.
I mean,
You're gonna have to play a song
we,
like 4 times.
Flat out, at this point, say that Cody Rhodes is everything that they wanted John Cena to be as a babyface for this company?
I'm gonna say no, only because people forget how huge John Cena was at the beginning, and we'll see if Cody can avoid doing the same thing.
How long did it take for John? How many?
They booked him as Super Cena, and they started booing him probably within 3 years. But when he was the doctor of Thugonomics, his pop was massive. When he won his title, I think over the Big Show, Monster.
Oh yeah, the U.S. title went into, was that WrestleMania 20
or 21?
Yes.
Monster pop, and then when he eventually goes on to win the world title, like he was huge. Following the chat really closely here. I really could not see it. I mean, no disrespect to Bootleg DX, but I like DIY a lot.
Nick Nemeth, Cleveland Zone, Nick Nemeth. No,
that would suck too, but it would suck less. And I love Nick Nemeth, but this match can have a bunch of garbage in it, a bunch of interfering and stuff, but it needs to be bloodline focused. Yeah. I'm going to be slightly frustrated if I even see KO and Orton, which I presume we will. I'd rather it just be bloodline related, because that feud, that potential tag match at Survivor Series is what I'm excited for more than anything.
Well, and I mean, bloodline related still does cover KO and Randy Orton. Guys like Sami Zayn, which I doubt we're going to see him come out tonight, because he's already had his match already. But
yeah, he's done. He's done for the night. Let's see what happens here.
Ruben, is your mic?
Well, John Cena.
I notice that sometimes I don't know if it's just because I don't hear it with Tyler's. I just hear kind of cutting in and out sometimes on yours.
I was hearing you cut in and out periodically. Very, very.
Oh, really?
Little. Yeah, very, very little.
Huh.
Yes, okay. Agreed, Mac. 100%. That's what they need to avoid, the stuff like that. Because Cody Rhodes is relatable. When he was working AEW, and even pre-AEW, people were connecting with him. And he can be a great heel, he can be a great babyface, but he's not going to be Cena forever, where Cena was never to turn heel. I hope they don't have to rely on that here. That's why I think one of the reasons Cody had to leave AEW, because the fans turned on him.
Hopefully he learned to not do whatever it was he did.
I mean, it was still fine. Like if you look at what Cena was able to accomplish over his time period there, half the arena would chant Cena, "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks." Yeah, the Smarks hated him, but the kids and the casual fans loved him.
There used to be this guy that would go to a lot of the Ring of Honor shows I would go to, and he would always be dressed as Cena with a spinner belt, and it was always fun to see him there.
I love that.
Yeah, and he would always get booed. It was a good time.
But that's a smart crowd too, right? Like that's
Especially that time frame. Like you're talking Ring of Honor around 2011 to 2014, that kind of.
Oh.
That was thinking that time frame when I got booed by the Hammerstein Ballroom when I ran out of streamers to throw to people. Yeah, I walked in with 2 trash bags of streamers. One went up to the box with me and my buddy I was at the show with, and I went down to the floor with the other and just was throwing them out. When the bag was empty, that entire building turned on me, and it was awesome. Honestly, I got to do I did the old Triple H curtsy and then just went back up to my my seat. But it's a good time.
It'd be like if you were the guy who accidentally popped the volleyball when that was a thing.
Oh yeah.
Accidentally.
Hi, Ziggy.
They're gonna take some time tonight. Cody and Solo working very slowly to start. Looking for Dave Meltzer 7 stars with how slow they're starting.
It's not taking place in Japan, so it can't hit 7.
You may have just broken the chat's mind, Mr. McGee. Was that you in NYC with a bag of streamers? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Wait, Mac, were you at that show?
He thinks he was.
Might have been.
Wouldn't that do something?
I'm trying to
Mac,
think
if you wanna join, buddy, by all means.
I'm trying to remember what it was. Let's see. I only went to NYC a few times.
Hammerstein Ballroom.
Yeah, so I want to say it was a Final Battle. Final Battle 20. God, it all blends together. You'd think I'd remember these dates a little bit better. It was a Final Battle. One of those few years was probably. I went to a couple shows up there. Cause the first time I ever saw the Young Bucks in person was at one of the Hammerstein Ballroom shows.
Just shout out the fan in the crowd, by the way, with the solo Sikoa. Eddie and Davey, American Wolves,
2012.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that. It wasn't Eddie and Davey. It was after that.
That would have been cool.
Who headlined?
What is Davey Richards up to these days?
Wrestled recently for what was it? I can't remember now. Was he in one of those rumbles with Maven or something like that? Booker T's? No, he wouldn't. No.
Oh, okay. Last I remember seeing him was that Slammiversary match against Eddie Edwards' old stable before he joined up with Moose. Honor No More, that's what it was.
Okay, I think the show I'm thinking of was Final Battle 2013.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I want to say that was the last time I went up there, because the year after that, the Final Battle the following year was when they moved it to Terminal 5, which I never went to a show there. So yeah, so I think the one I'm thinking of was 2013, which was main evented by Adam Cole and Michael Elgin and Jay Briscoe in a triple threat for the Ring of Honor World Title.
That match is really good.
Yeah, I think that was when did Kevin Steen leave? Because that wouldn't have been too long. He would have been there not too much longer. I did the last Kevin Steen Ring of Honor match. Okay. We were at that show together, Mac. We were there. I was up in the box.
Awesome.
I think that's crazy. I think at one point in time, John and I figured out that he and I were at a couple of the same Ring of Honor shows too at some point in time.
The
Pretty cool,
only
man.
person in this group I know for a fact that I have met, Ruben Rubens.
This guy.
Well, and that's like we were talking about before we went live here. There was the, we live near each other, so that's the only reason why.
Literally the same city, yeah. He helped me pick out my one of my earliest suits.
Hell yeah.
Still wore it. I actually just recently lost that jacket backstage.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was barely fitting it as it was, but yeah.
Oh, so it wasn't a big loss, but...
Not really. Simone drops are interesting. The way he tosses them. There was one follow-away slam from Jacob Fatu recently that blew my mind. Loved it. He went from like follow-away slam to moonsault, perhaps. It was crazy.
Nice Samoan drop.
Well, I'm slightly ahead of you.
Who's your favorite
So
referee?
how do we see this match shaking out? Like, do we actually think Solo's going to win tonight?
No. I thought about it when I was doing my picks. I kind of went back and forth. I think CJ, I talked about it. I don't know I think that was after we had recorded Level Up Adventure this afternoon. Which will
by
be
the way,
posted tomorrow.
What time? You know?
I'm not sure. You know what? We usually we've been going live around 2-ish Eastern. So maybe around then. Maybe around that time, just kind of keep it consistent with when we typically been going live when we've done it. I kind of went back and forth on the idea of Solo potentially winning tonight, just more based off of the Bloodline getting the tag titles last night. But I don't think that they would necessarily do that.
We were talking about sports betting earlier. If you thought Solo Sikoa had a chance of winning, you put as much money as you can down on it. He was minus 3,000. So I don't think many people believe in Solo Sikoa winning outright. That being said, he doesn't need to. He just has to have a good performance. And that was cool. And the story has to make sense. And if he's going to do stuff like what he just did in like 3 seconds, okay, I think we're all going to be happy.
This is a big test for Solo, I think.
Definitely.
I think a lot of people are looking at him still like, boss baby at this point. And he needs to show that he actually has the chops to be in the position that he's in. And so far, this has been well paced and well plotted.
Yeah, I think it can work.
I've
I've said it many times. The leader of the faction doesn't necessarily have to be the best or the biggest or the absolute top dog. I think that's Jacob Fatu. But Solo Sikoa is fine. I think he's very good. I think he can be the leader. He's got the experience in WWE. It works.
But I mean, the leader of this bloodline. Like, if they would have tried to not break up the OG bloodline and still put Solo in leading Jimmy and Jay somehow, no way.
I don't know. Jay's good enough, at least character-wise. I think he can make it work. Jimmy is very good at falling in line with what he's expected to do. They could have maybe made it work, but this is better. I like it where it's like, no, I'm going to get rid of everything that has nothing to do with me, or has nothing to. I'm going to get rid of everything that has to do with Roman, and I'm starting my own bloodline. Because there's enough of the family that it makes sense that you can find enough guys to make it work. And the guys he's picking up are no slouches either. They're awesome.
Right.
Oh, absolutely. And they're presenting them well enough, other than the fact that Tongaloa's debut didn't really make the splash I'm sure they thought it would.
Angalola?
Well,
Yeah.
I think it made the splash they were expecting. Of the everybody they've brought in, he's the least important guy.
No, I just mean because he literally botched his debut.
What am I forgetting?
You didn't.
He came up too late from under the ring to grab the ref
there
out.
was fan
The
video
ref
that went
basically
around.
threw himself out of the ring. Like the ref knew he was supposed to get pulled and like shoved himself backwards without first being touched, and then of course there was him, instead of landing a low blow, just punching someone clear in the head. Like there's a reason he's wearing an eye patch and is sitting outside the matches right now.
Yeah. So good question.
But I mean, Jacob Thought too is an absolute beast. And that's what I said yesterday on the SmackDown Rewind. Is he's gonna do well. He would be WWE champion right now in Vince McMahon's WWE because he just has that look. But he's also good in the ring too.
Yeah. So there's that comment, but there was one that was made previously that I liked very much, and I think it's a good discussion point in regards to the bloodline rules being used too much and what is too much. So in this case, Mac mentioning the fact that it was done at WrestleMania. Obviously, they maybe did it last year's SummerSlam and then now this one. You guys think that twice a year at the arguable biggest shows is too much? I don't, personally. And I think this is a perfect lead up to what I hope will be an eventual Survivor Series Bloodline versus Bloodline. I don't think they're overusing it. You guys?
Well, and I mean, I completely forgot that Jay and Roman's match was tribal combat rules, which is essentially the same thing, just a different name, right?
Yeah, no disqualification matches have about 40 different titles at this point.
Yeah. So, I mean, as far as bloodline rules being overused, I completely forgot about that. I thought this was just the second one. But we did kind of talk about that on Friday as well, of, whether this was too soon for another bloodline rules match. And I can't remember who made the comment, but it was something to the effect of it makes sense having Solo do it because Roman did it and he wants to be Roman. So having a bloodline rules match against Cody Rhodes is just him trying to be Roman Reigns.
Ooh. Oh. That moonsault.
Well, Cody's
That's
just getting
1,
to
2,
the top
3
rope
kids
for me.
Super Nintendo moonsault.
Oh wow! Yeah.
There's the splash.
Yeah.
Or not
Ooh.
a splash, but crossbody.
Yeah. We hit his neck is a little concerning to me. Woo!
Yeah. Saw that replay.
Right? The way he came across. I got to give these two credit too, because everybody's waiting for the end. We know the end is where everything's going to go nuts.
Right.
But I don't find myself getting bored, which is
No.
very good. Because this is one of those matches, it's kind of like an Iron Man match where you really care about the beginning and you really care about the end. And sometimes it's hard to make the middle matter. And I'm enjoying seeing Solo get his shot,
Mm-hmm. So for the difference between this Bloodline Rules match and the other one, obviously the blow off was the finish was the Avengers Assemble. What do we see as far as the finish for this match?
I think that Cody wins, and then you have the Bloodline coming in to fight Cody. To fight Cody. They beat the crap out of him. So KO comes down, Orton comes down, and then the fourth person will be Roman. So kind of
So you don't see any shenanigans in the match itself.
Maybe some bot shenanigans. We'll see.
Okay.
And I agree with what was just said in the chat. 100%. Cody needs help. He can't beat them 4-on-1. It would be dumb.
No.
I like one of my favorite matches of all time, and it's a weird one. It's a very weird match, but it's a 1987 Survivor Series match where it got down to Bam Bam Bigelow against like 3 guys, and I think it was King Kong Bundy, Andre the Giant, and I want to say Paul Orndorff, something like that. And he ends up beating 2 of them, but loses the last. And it's fine because it's like, wow, he had this like really good performance, but it's not like he just completely crushed all 3 guys.
Right.
Dolph Ziggler had that great comeback way back in the day where it was unexpected, and that was awesome too. But Cody just beating all 4 guys of the Bloodline. So
Yeah.
ooh. Okay, now we get to see shenanigans. What will the shenanigans be?
Are we at shenanigans? Because on my screen, it's still just Cody and Solo slugging at each other.
We're
I'm
punching,
predicting shenanigans based on the fact.
Oh,
what
you're
we just
predicting.
heard.
Oh, okay.
Based on what we just heard or what we just saw.
Oh. Okay.
All right,
There we
and
go.
here come. Oh, he's got
Tongaloa, Tamatonga, still no sign of Jason Fatu, or Jacob Fatu, rather. Yeah, that's the thing. These guys are in matching outfits, but Jacob Fatu is one half of the tag champs.
Right. Looking like Team Rocket over there.
I'm okay with it though.
Sponsored by Tesla.
With the eye patch, there's a little, old school Rocky Romero vibe there,
I'm not gonna lie. I actually thought it was Rocky Romero for a brief moment, and I was like, "Oh right."
Yeah, there's KO.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, good was that? Ooh, I like that tackle.
Oh, so I'm imagining Jacob Fatu's going to cut him off at the pass.
That's
I
such
think
a
it'll
long
be
entrance
3-on-3 before. I think we'll see Orton before we see Fatu.
Oh, no, he still made it to the ring.
That's my prediction.
Ollie, what do you think? The ballsiest guy in the arena is the dude with the Steelers' terrible towel. Cleveland.
Well, the
Could be
Legend
worse,
Killer.
maybe Bengals.
All right. Here comes Randy jogging to the ring. This is such a long way to run down to make a save.
Yeah, I
It
love
really
the fact
is.
that they did the what condition will KO be in? I'm like, I don't know.
But the cardio better be good because it's a long run.
Exactly.
Okay, so obviously to parody the 3v3 that is the other members of the Bloodline, we're going to have someone coming out when Fatu comes out. So who do you think it's going to be?
Roman Reigns.
I still don't think he's going to come out till after the match is done, but we'll see.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right, Mac, because if you are right, Jimmy gets a pop, and I want to see that.
Oh yeah, never thought of that. That'd be a good way to bring Jimmy back in, or it could be Jay. We haven't seen Jay actually
Jimmy
in a
will
while.
get completely overshadowed by Jimmy. The other way around. Jimmy will get overshadowed by Jay.
Yeah.
But only if they have, like if they reunite the Usos afterwards, then I think it'll be fine. But if they bring Jimmy out to help Cody, it doesn't make as much sense as Jay.
True. So if Jay comes out to help Cody, Jay gets taken out, Jimmy comes to save Jay, okay, we've got something here. Then Cody can focus on something else while Solo's dealing with Roman.
Okay. I guess we'll just have to wait and see how that pans out. Yeah, that's true too.
I like the extended false finish of this match because I think we kind of thought we were getting to the end there. If they're going to let these guys go one-on-one for a little bit longer, that's good. That's a good sign. Good sign for Solo.
Oh, those steps bounced a little far.
Clear.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to land on Cody.
Same.
I was terrified, Molly.
Oh, I don't like this at all. Oh, I don't like where this is going. The stairs are not set up the way you think they are, Solo.
The background music sounds like we just hit the level in like Turtles in Time when you're just like on the little hoverboards going through like the sewer.
Well, I was going through the categories and it was like indie rock. Yeah, all right, that feels like a good SummerSlam vibe.
Yeah, it's like the ultimate anti-indie promotion. So good.
Well, okay, literally the song category right above that is corporate.
Oh wow, that's funny.
He's not going to hit the third. Not yet, anyways.
Oh,
Yep, there's Fatu.
Yep.
Whisper in the wind.
Really impressive when he hit it yesterday.
Yeah. Now this guy's a freaking star, man.
He's just an absolute beast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Solo's facial expressions have gotten a lot better.
Drape him
I want
across.
to see Jacob.
and-
I want to see Jacob Fatu wrestle Obafemi.
Wrestle who?
Obafemi.
Oh,
NXT North American
Ruben.
champion.
Oh, okay. I
Dude,
don't want
you got to start watching NXT, man.
too much wrestling to watch. I can't watch it all.
Yeah, but I mean,
That's
that's
fair,
some of the wrestling you got to choose to watch. That and Level Up.
Every Sunday, the whole adventure, guys. Cheap pops, cheap plugs. That's what I'm all about some nights.
Did you learn that from your father?
See, it all ties back in.
It all comes back around.
All comes back
Jacob
around.
Fatu is going to miss this hit. Love the throwback. This is how you avoid having to have Roman.
Corey Graves looks so concerned.
Please just let Jacob Fatu be an ultimate stellar. Please don't let this be legit.
Wow.
You guys see the splash yet?
Yeah.
Through the table? Yeah.
Yeah, is that Am I getting worked?
I hope he's just selling really well.
Same.
I think he is.
I want to see the shot on the leg here. The thing is, like, all his weight landed on that leg. Wait, because it's almost like he turned in midair. Well, hopefully. Fingers crossed he's fine. Manifesting the return of Roman Reigns sign in the background. Oh! That's a nice little move there from Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare.
Oh, Solo went for the spike and Cody crumbled.
The pop in Cleveland.
Well, hang on, because Cody just hit the top. Oh, nice top rope Cody cutter.
Yeah, but look at that pop afterward, brother.
Wait for. There he is. Oh, they didn't change his theme again. Okay, no, it was just an extended intro.
Yeah, it's kind of a
neck. Looks good.
Yes.
Not yet, brother. We don't know definitively who he's going after yet.
Well, hey, I mean...
But whose side is he on? Well, the old Bobby Heenan
We'll
one.
throw them ones up. They did remix his theme.
Well, you just turned face, I think.
Well, he's still walking down the ramp for us.
No, but look at the crowd.
Oh, yeah, crowd's on fire. Of course they would be. And there you go. Superman punch to Solo.
The pop, right? Like,
Wow, yeah, like...
And there's the spear.
I actually prefer how this has gone. What we predicted earlier, because now even Solo comes out looking better.
And not a punch thrown Cody's way at all.
You're right. I think he wants the title. He wants the title.
He wants to win it
Well,
back.
yeah, but I mean, still, even just a punch to be like, I'm coming for it.
Stare down does exactly the same. It's over. And now look, Cody is staring at Roman.
I don't think that was the stare down, though. Like, that wasn't the stare of, I'm coming for your title. That's the stare of, I'm handling some business first. Crowd chanting, thank you, Roman. There it is.
Now, did you feel that this match was more or less overbooked than WrestleMania?
Underbooked.
Underbooked. Okay.
Severely under. Yeah. I mean, compared to WrestleMania, yeah.
Right, because
yeah.
no involvement of like no Rock, no Taker, but
Yeah. Was it overbooked? Yeah, but that's fine. It's supposed to be. Most Cody Rhodes matches are. My favorite Cody Rhodes matches ever are always overbooked. WrestleMania was ridiculous, but it's going to be one of those ones they'll talk about for the next 10, 15, 20 years. So it's fine. That pop off the blue boom boom was just everything I wanted.
It's one of those things we knew it was going to happen. Obviously, I called it a little bit differently than how it played out, but I feel like everybody and their mother knew that Roman Reigns was at least going to be coming back tonight.
Okay, you look at the way Roman looks at Cody in the ring when he's telling him, I'm dealing with this, but I'm coming for you. That's all that it all is in that look. And Cody knows it too. Cody's staring him down the whole way. He hits the crossroads on Solo. He is not taking his eyes off of Reigns. Where do we get the Rhodes-Reigns rematch? Is it at the Royal Rumble? There's a lot of R's there already. Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Royal Rumble. Rubens, ready.
I think it's still gonna be past the Rumble. I don't think we're gonna see Cody Roman 3 until after we see Cody Rock.
It'll be after WrestleMania.
I think we're getting Rock Roman at WrestleMania.
Oh, okay. So then you get Cody and Rock at Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
You think Rock beats Roman?
Do
you think Rock beats Cody?
No. I think
then what's the main
Roman
event of Mania then? If Cody's not in the main, or if Cody's in the main event, but Rock and Roman are not.
So I think there's a way that this Bloodline Civil War unfolds with Rock taking Solo's side. And that is where we end up seeing the split with Rock and Roman happening after or during Cody versus Rock.
But is Rock going to do the same thing of like Solo my tribal chief, or is Solo going to have to back up Rock?
I think Solo would back up Rock. Like, and nothing to say, like, nothing against Solo Sikoa, like, but just the way that he's been presented so far, even as the tribal chief, if he comes out of this feud with Roman Reigns and doesn't look anywhere close to a tribal chief, then I think he's going to have to take a backseat to The Rock.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well,
it's
there it is. I mean, we knew it was coming, but now it's official. Roman Reigns is back in the WWE, and that brings us to the end of SummerSlam. I had fun watching the main event with you guys. What do you think?
Did you enjoy watching one singular day of SummerSlam? Because it's the last time you'll get to do that, friends. I'm predicting 2025 and beyond will be a 2-day event, and I'm happy about that because it will make SummerSlam definitively the number 2 show of the year. If every SummerSlam is like this, though, 3 days. Let's go.
You think they're gonna go 2 days in 2025?
I don't know, but I think I wouldn't be surprised if they do. I like this 2-day event thing. I think it's great for the big ones. I think SummerSlam is a big one. In regards to Fatu being legitimately injured, I don't know. It did look like all the weight landed on that leg that he sold, but it was also a perfect opportunity to sell it anyway. So we'll see.
Well, then I think that brings us to the end of our main event watch along. We will be giving way to the NXT. My God, I'm trying to prepare for, like, I'm going through all our images and clips and stuff, and it's like we have too much stuff.
There's a lot going on there. We do a lot of shows here at DSR.
Yeah, we do entirely too much. I'm not going to go through the picture slideshow that we usually do, but I think this is where we kind of leave it here. Thank you for everybody that decided to tune in for this first main event watch along, and we'll be kind of taking a few minutes to reset and get ready for the rewind proper. So just hang out, keep watching DSR socials, and we will see you in a few minutes.
Be right back, guys.